Okay, today is June 5th, 2025. Orange Beginner's Corner. At the 1682 desk. Need to get $40 milliamps on the 6FM7 here. My book's falling to pieces, so I gotta gather my book up here. So I'm hooked up here for 200 milliamps, I guess. No. Now I am. I'm on the milliamps. Ready to go. I have a temporarily power supply that I think will work. So from one of the ends of the power transformer, the high voltage, I got a 100K, brown, black, yellow, 47K to my ground. I got negative, pushing the diodes pushing this direction. So we got negative voltage. The can is connected, and this just popped off something here. I got the shakes here, I guess, right-handed, left-handed I should say. So I have my potentiometer. It looks like I have a 500K potentiometer. It's closed all the way up, so I get the most negative voltage at my spot here, which is going to be here, this control grid. So I'm going to keep a 330K or maybe a 220K. I'm just grabbing parts like I did years back in the 70s. And that's going to here. And from this point to this point is the potentiometer. And this is my, I would like a smaller value capacitor, because when you take a tap off of like a 100K from your high side, or one of the end of the power transformers, one of the windings, it takes a long time to build up the negative power supply, I've noticed. So I'm going to try to get 40 milliamps out of this thing, and this signal will be jumped into here with like a 0.01 capacitor, because I don't want to use this as part of my negative power supply. I'd rather have a capacitor from there to break that connection. Okay, I don't want to have to depend on this to adjust my negative voltage, if I'm saying that right. Okay, plug it in. Time to plug it in and see what happens. So it does develop about I think negative 120 volts or something like that. It was before I. So here she's on. Oops. So now we're drawing through this thing. It's lighting up. See what happens. So this is, the amp meter's going, where the hell is it? The amp meter, red is here, red is to the B+, and black is to the audio output transformer. I'm seeing nothing yet. So I guess I'm going to have to break this circuit, and I should have a voltage meter on here. I don't know how much voltage I got on this control grid. Not a clue. I'll set this down and see if I can get that. Now that interrupts my B+ if I take them apart. So I will just try to Hook up to the negative power supply somehow. Okay, negative power supply. I gotta have this. The lead's the other way, positive towards ground. So I just had that looped in there. I don't know how I just looped it in there. Okay. Under and over. Okay. So we'll go back to this. Get something going here. I don't know, that's got to be red playing by now or something ain't happening. Oh, I don't have the plate connected. Okay, get caught up on what I'm doing here. Okay, I'll go to this spot here and see what I get for a negative voltage here. So that's probably way too negative. So that was probably my problem. I should have dummied up and changed the value of my negative voltage. So that's showing a negative 131 through the potentiometer. But if I plug the tube, hook the plate up, it maybe changes this. I'm not sure. Okay, I'll retry it. I haven't done this in years, so it's new to me again. Okay. I need go into milliamps, change to 200 milliamps, hook up the plate, audio output transformer, B plus side to the red of the meter and the black to the plate. Red to the B plus, black to the plate. Okay, we're back where I started. So I'm just going to turn this potentiometer. This is zeroed up, or 0 ohms, whatever it is. And now I'll try to change this and see if I develop some milliamps in that tube. I'm all the way to 500K, so I need a second meter. I'm not ever going to get this figured out with 1 meter. So I just turn this all the way. It's got a 500K from the red to the black. The black is hooked up here. The red is to here. Distancing the resistance from there. I got this black to the meter hooked up to the red wire of that transformer, output transformer, and I got the other one to the B plus. So it doesn't seem like I'm getting anywhere here. I should probably real check, and I am on the milliamps again. So I'm pretty sure I flipped that when I check for voltage. I'll do this again. Okay. Disconnect from here. Now that disconnects the audio output transformer. I will go back to here and to here and check for, I gotta check for B plus. That's what I was gonna do. So I'll just take this off of here. These things spin around, they're not even worth having really. They're more dangerous. You can cause more damage to trying to put these stupid things on with those things twisting around. Cause more damage than, or electric shocks, whatever. Okay, B plus. Nothing? Nothing? You kidding me? Let me get here. That's the AC. Where the hell are the diodes? The diodes are right here. So, right here. Nothing? that for real? Is my meter working? That's AC. DC's up here. I ain't showing nothing for B+. Okay, I gotta pause this and figure out what the hell's going on. Okay, back on here. I didn't have the damn thing grounded. I'm grounded right here. Okay, stabilize my fingers and go after the B+. Let's get it stabilized. 424 volts DC. Okay. I'm going to pause this and hook this back up and see what's going on with this tube. If I have, maybe I should check that. I never measured that 330K. That just took it out of a pile of resistors. I just took this off of here. I got to check on my video and watch it and see if I did not have this connected. I'm pretty sure I had it connected up to black to here. I'm pretty sure. I have a crazy feeling I have a burnt out fuse in here. It just came to me that I did something with this thing and I may not have had something correctly. I just faintly remember that. So I think I have opened one of those fuses in here. So I'm just going to hook it up and see what happens. Tune it by ear. By eyesight, I should say. Okay, back on with the meter I can't trust. I got common to here that looks like this also is milliamps. I got it to 200 milliamps. Let's see what happens. I wiped something out on this many years ago. Being out in the bright sunlight, I didn't know where I was at. So I had to mark that and obviously mark DC. So I'm going to try this again and see what happens. So the red is going to the B+, the highest B+, and the, where's the other one? That one is going where the feed for the B+ is. Output transformer. So plugging it back in and see what comes up here. I see nothing yet. She's lighting up. This may not work either. I don't know. I've never used amps on this one though. I don't think. So I think it's up enough. I'm going to shut my light out here. This will show. See if it will show. That's not going to show. Okay, I'm just going to turn this potentiometer up here. And I'm just going to go, right now it's pretty much shorted out. I'm going to increase the value of the resistance, I guess. I'll say it like that. Put a I'll turn the light back on. But I did have B+ here. Okay, I'm back on here. I got the B+ right to here. No more fiddling around. This is my negative power supply. I turn this back so I'll have the most highest negative voltage there. I'll turn it on, plug it back in, and see what I can get. I have other meters, but I don't want to sit there and keep fiddling with them. I'll get a speaker. I should hook a speaker up. I'll do that later. I want to use a different speaker. These ones for the flat screen TVs ain't that great. So I'll just go without a speaker. Okay, I'll plug it in. Probably just have to redo this video, because I ain't gonna know if it's working. I'll get a speaker. Back on. Okay, we're gonna take this resistance up. Nothing. I wonder if I gotta put that right to ground. You wouldn't think I'd have to, the cathode. I never measured that. It can't be completely open. Yeah, check it out here. I'll put positive to ground here and do a few checks. And call it a misfire. Okay. Probably have to do this all over. Let's look for negative voltage here. See, that's way too negative. Way too negative. Let's look at B plus. I'm at 1,000 volts, so let's look at B plus here. Where is it? Right here. We got 420 volts. Obviously, it's positive voltage. 421 volts. Let's look at this. The cathode here of the resistor. We ain't got nothing showing there. Put it down to 20 volts at the cathode. Shows nothing. Well, it's only a 220 ohm resistor. Let's see if we got control negative voltage here. Set at 200 volts. We got 131 volts negative. That's way too negative. I need about negative 20 volts. Let me see if I can change it up a bit with this. It's not doing nothing. It's not making no change. Let me separate these. It's going down. I'm not looking at it. Okay, I'll keep these. Turning this all the way separated. I was using these two. So I got the, I think it's a 500K. Sure ain't going down any. I know it don't have much of a draw, but still. What, do I have a capacitor in the path? Yeah, oh yeah, I have a capacitor there. That's why. So that capacitor is too much capacitance to draw the SOB down. Let me see. I think this capacitor has to be out of the path. It's too much voltage. It takes too long to respond. So let's 120. Oh boy. I got 22 microfarads there. I don't know how long it would take that control grid to draw it down. Probably 3 days. I'm going to snip this capacitor out of here. Back on here. So what the heck I got going on? I'm at 200 volt scale someplace. Where am I? At the negative? That should be negative voltage. Oh, I have black going to here. I have red to ground. Okay. Let's see if I can touch this. So what I had to do is I had to get a 47K on this side to ground to pull it down. Otherwise, the voltage is way too high. So right now I have apparently, that's it, 8 volts. But I do have that cathode lifted by a lot. So it is red plating, I think. So I'm going to increase the negative voltage here. Hopefully. I figure about 25. Well, now we're getting a little quiet. I'll quiet her right down. Oh. I'm going to keep it in my threshold. Huh. We'll start out at negative. I do have the plate connected right to the B+, so we're just going by volume of the sound. Judgment. 1.5 watts, 4 ohms. So this sounds pretty decent with about 18 volts negative. Where the hell's the B+ right there? I gotta watch that one. This one I ain't kind of concerned about. That's only 18 volts. So I'm gonna increase this a little bit, listen to the hum, and judge by the hum. So we'll back it off. I think it's red plating. Well, I have to bring it down below red plating to bring it up. But anyways, we'll figure. Wait a minute. Hope that's taking her down. Oh, remember that's opposite. We'll figure 18. Let me get up to 20 volts. That takes my hum down. So at this point, I'll just leave it right here and see what it's going to do. It's 11 volts. I might have just turned it. That's just 6.3, I think. Like I say, I don't want this potentiometer involved in this negative control grid. That's the volume. The volume's going to have the a 0.01 or 47 or something going from here to there, and keep that potentiometer a step away. So it looks like 12 volts might be sufficient here. That's still red plating. Still red plating. I will increase this value here a little bit. I'll put it to 9.5 volts. Or no, I want more negative. We'll put it to 17 volts. I don't know if it's working now. That's not really what it looks like. Nah. I'm gonna leave it at 15 volts negative for now. This is the study for today. I want to see it do this in the dark. It's still red plating. Still red plating. Let me see. Let me turn this voltage. Let me increase this voltage. Okay. Now I increase it enough to stop it from working. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. It's at negative 34 volts. I was judging by hum. Maybe that wasn't good hum. Negative 34 volts. That wasn't judgeable hum. I'm turning this clockwise, which is decreasing the value of the resistor. Now I got 35 volts. Let's try negative 40 volts. Well, this thing is closed right up. I don't know what the value is there to there. Well, now she went down to what? What happened? What the hell happened? Why? That's crazy. Am I about to get electrocuted? This is... Oh, that's crazy. I'm going to flip the leads around for the heck of it. Okay, back on. We got a negative 15.5. This is going to here. And the other one's going to... Where's... Oh, right here. And it's red plating. Not too bad. So at negative 32 volts. I'd have to shut the light out to see if it's red plating. But I think I got to replace the fuse in that 1 meter. But I do have some analog meters I can hook up, but we're taking off for the day now, so this is just a quick test. 5-minute test. That took it's at 28 minutes, and to prep for it took about an extra 35 minutes. So I'm hustling around to get... I'm trying to do this like it was the olden days, hustling for parts off of stuff like this. This is where the 47Ks come from, and this will probably be the DC blocker, one of these, to go on the control grid here. I'll put obviously and I will have all these are too small a value to use, so these are all 00 stuff. So I'll leave it at negative 32 volts. Seems to be powerful enough. Measure this from there to there. Measure that resistor. Make sure it's 330K. I know this 100K must have gained value. The 47K is probably right on. The only other thing would be that 150K to really read that, see what it says. Usually I thought I used about 150K. And here about a 56K I thought. But I know this is without the capacitor now. It takes too long to charge this damn thing. I need one of those 4.7Ks, which I got one. But my 4.7K is rated at 450 volts, so that's like overkill. So I'll get this resistance real quick. I remember talking earlier on another video that I got to hook the negative power up to here. That's on the other side. That's the preamp side of the triode, which is over here. This is the audio output side. Okay. Okay, so I measured that resistance. It's about, say, 16K. So what can you get put in there? I'll probably go a little higher. 15K. I got, or yeah, 15K resistors. I got 15K resistors. Okay, this is what I have so far. I have 100K here. Okay, here's what I have. I have 100K. I have a 47K. That was 22 with positive to ground in my B minus. I was going to write B minus, then B plus, so I had to scribble it out. So I got a B minus at about what? Like, I don't remember. So that's what I have right now. So I don't really want to decrease this for any reason. I'd rather have that resistance high, but then the capacitors charge slower, especially I'm gonna, on this side of the resistor, whatever that was, I gotta have about a 4.7 MFD, whatever, microfarads. So right now that is 15 what? 15K, I guess. Let's see if it goes into over, yeah, 15K. 15.7K. So I'll put a 15K there and warm it up a little bit more. What's that? Brown, green, orange. Yeah. Okay, moving on. This is it for today. I'm out of time anyways. The tide is high.